Thousands of lawsuits against pesticide companies, they could be in jeopardy this morning as the White House is throwing its weight behind Bayer in a high-stakes battle over the weed killer Roundup. This is a move that could anger some in President Trump's own party. News Nation weekend anchor Anna Koyman, she's been following this one closely. So, Anna, what are we looking ahead to today? What is the White House saying?
All right. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning to everybody at home. This really is a major development. It could sway Trump's key MAHA voting bloc away from Republicans in the midterms. The Trump administration is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to step in and potentially curb many of the cancer lawsuits. The U.S. Solicitor General is urging the Supreme Court to hear Bayer's appeal in a particular case, a Missouri case involving a man who won a $1.25 million verdict. Now, he'd said Roundup weed killer caused his non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The Trump administration is arguing that the federal pesticide laws and the EPA's decision not to require a cancer warning on glyphosate should override state lawsuits like this one. Now, if the Supreme Court takes this case and rules in Bayer's favor, it could shield the company from the 67,000 lawsuits still in U.S. courts. This would be on top of the 100,000 cases Bayer has already settled for a staggering $11 billion. Now, Bayer does maintain its pesticides are safe and that grocery store prices would spike without them. Here's the statement they gave News Nation. The support of the U.S. government is an important step and good news for U.S. farmers who need regulatory clarity. The stakes could not be higher as the misapplication of federal law jeopardizes the availability of innovative tools for farmers and investments in the broader U.S. economy. Now, some pro-business groups are warning that allowing companies to be sued, even when they follow federal labeling rules, could just open the floodgates to litigation far beyond this one product. And this comes as science organizations can't agree if glyphosate causes cancer when used as directed. So
The problem is that these large corporations are so big and they have so much money and they're spending so much of their lobbying money in Washington. They're creating a lot of these studies that are creating confusion, and the EPA is getting funding from these agrochemical companies. So of course they're going to say that they don't think it's likely carcinogenic, but where are we going to leave room for common sense? This is the exact opposite of what we voted for. I feel like when Trump got into office, we gave him a very clear mandate that Americans are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Well, these MAHA activists are making a lot of noise on social media this morning and say a ruling for Bayer would signal Washington is siding with pesticide makers over public health.